guys, just a really quick video here to assist those trying to build the strength and the technique in high plank and lowering. So today we're going to lower all the way to the floor because I'm assuming that you're trying to build the strength to get this right. So if you're a little bit stronger, you can stop at your high plank, and I'll show you that bit as well. But we're going to start in having our knees down. When you're working technique, you definitely want to go back a step. So instead of doing it from your high plank, even if you've been doing that in class, take it back with the knees down just while we perfect the technique. I'm going to be working with my fists down instead of my flat hands because of a wrist injury. You take your normal hand placement. So from here, when you're in your high plank position, what we want to be secure or sure of, I should say, is instead of sagging the core, which sometimes we can do when we're being lazy, pick the hips up, and instead of sticking the tail in the sky and sagging just the spine in this higher position, make sure the belly is on and the spine is flat. So a long line between the shoulders and the hips. So again, if you have a tendency to sag, it means the core is off, pull in and up. When we're lowering, you want your shoulders to be above the wrists, and then you lower forward and down. So neither let the elbows go out or back. Keep the forearms, the elbows where they are. You're going to come forward. So you're going to lower, and when we get to so this is low plank, you can hold that if you're strong enough. If you lowering to the earth, a good check is that your hips and your heart meet the earth together. So what we want to avoid, let me lift up, what we want to avoid is lowering hips first, letting the heart follow. That means your core's not active. And equally, we don't want the opposite, which is to dive your heart down and then follow through with the hips second. Some yoga practices do teach this, but I prefer not to. What I find is that when we do this, if you dive your heart first, if I keep that position in my upper body and come up and show you, it creates this rolling forward posture. So you're creating strength in your body in this posture, which we don't want. We want to create strength in our body in this open posture. If instead of diving forward with the heart first, you come forward, which is what we suggest, come forward, 90-degree elbow at the hip, at the 90-degree bend, I should say, at the elbows, and then come all the way down. What that promotes, if I can keep it in my body, and then come back up, is an open posture. So that's where we land and we're building strength in an open posture. So once again, knees down, neutralize the spine, so neither tucking up nor sagging. Keep nice and neutral. Come forward and then lower. Hips and heart meet the earth together. If you want to be finicky about it, heart should come down momentarily first, but just think hips and heart together. It's an easy thing to remember. And then you know you've done it right because when you look back, your fists are at your ribs. So they're not here under the shoulders, they're under the ribs. To come back up, it's the same thing. If you are a little bit weaker and you're trying to build the strength, most probably when you come up, it will look like this. You'll lift the heart first, keep the hips down, and then come back up. So what this means is your core's not active, we're not building the strength we want to. So instead, what we want to initiate is heart and hips lifting together. So you're one plank in your body. If you've been peeling up from your chest first, like this, we need to interrupt the patterning of your body. So you're so used to lifting up through the heart, we need to interrupt that. So I suggest sticking the tail in the sky. To activate the core, then tuck the tail forward. That means the hips initiated first, which is interrupting your chest lifting first, and then start to lift. One long line from hips to heart. Cool, so we'll do that one more time. Knees down, shoulders over wrists, come forward, lower, hips and heart in one plane, touch the earth together, and then to come back up, stick your tail in the sky, tuck your tail to your heart, and then lift, hips and heart at the same rate. Cool, hope that helps. Keep practicing, and when you get strong enough, lift your knees up, try the same thing, come all the way down to the floor, or keep the knees down and go to low plank. So there's two variations to increase the intensity. And then you can do both together. Cool. Bye.